Hello there, Whipper here, and today I'm going to be showing you a mod called the Camping mod, and as you'd probably expect, it adds loads of camping related items into Minecraft, such as tents and campfires, as you can see in front of me. But the first item I'm going to show you in this mod is very important because it's used in a lot of the crafting recipes, and it also unlocks extra functionality for some of the items, and it also allows you to retrieve campfires after you've placed them down. So to craft this item, which is the camper's tool, you're going to need 6 rows of red dye and 3 iron ingots, so it's not that expensive. And then there's also another version of the camper's tool called the camper's tool version 2, and that just needs an additional 6 iron ingots and 2 rows of red dye, plus the original camper's tool. And the cool feature that makes the camper's tool different to the first one is that it has much more durability, so you can use it a lot more times. And if you press R, it shows a workbench grid thingy where you can craft whatever you want without having to actually bring around a workbench with you all the time, which is very handy. But just to give you an idea of some of the functionality that this camper's tool has, if I walk up to this tent and right click with the camper's tool, you can see I've rotated it. If I didn't have the camper's tool with me, I wouldn't be able to rotate the tent, and all my tents would have to be facing the same direction, which I believe is north by default, but I'm not sure. So there you go. That's the first item in the mod, and it's very important, so bear in mind that you're going to need this to craft some of the other stuff in the mod. But now onto the campfires, so we'll go to a different area for this, probably a woodland, because they're really nice. So in front of me you can see the 5 different types of campfire that this mod adds, and I'm just going to go through these one by one, showing you the different features that they all have. So the first one I'm going to show you is just the default normal campfire, and all of the other campfires inherit these features, so you're not losing anything by upgrading. So bear that in mind. But anyway, the first feature is that if you right click with sticks on the campfire, it makes a torch for every 2 sticks that you right click on it. So here we've got 1 torch, and if I right click again we've got 2 torches. So it's a good way of getting torches without having to use coal or anything like that. And the next feature is that if you break it without using a camper's tool, it's going to drop 3 torches. You're not going to get the campfire back. To get the campfire back you're going to need something called the camper's tool, which I showed you, which is where it comes in handy. So yeah, bear that in mind. And the final feature is that if mobs walk over this, or you, in fact, like this, you'll get set on fire. But because I'm in creative, I'm not going to get set on fire. But bear that in mind. I suppose it's like in real life, really. I mean, if you walk on a campfire in real life, you're a bit stupid and you're probably going to get set on fire or get burnt severely, so don't do that. But the next one, as the name suggests, cooks loads of items at once, and this is the multi-cooking campfire. So if I right click on the multi-cooking campfire, first thing to note is it has a green flame instead of the yellow flame. You can see I've got 6 slots where I can put food in. So if I just fill this up with food, and then put some coal in, it doesn't just cook off the campfire itself, you're going to need to put coal in. You can see it starts cooking all of these items at once, and it'll fill in all these boxes with the beef. Well, the cooked beef. And one thing to note is this is slower than usual. It takes about 2.5 times slower to cook all the items, but then again you're getting 6 instead of just 1, so it ends up being a net faster speed, I suppose. So that's cool if you want to cook loads of things at once, and it also works with loads of different meats as well, so you don't have to just use all of the same item. The next one has a blue flame. It's the fast cooking campfire, and you can probably guess what this one's going to do. But if I put some beef in here and get some coal out of this, because I haven't got any more, there we are. So if I just put some coal in here, you can see it cooks a lot faster. I think it was like something like 5 to 7 times faster. I don't know which one of those it was, but you can see it's really fast. So it's a good way of getting loads of steak really fast, or whatever meat you put in there. So yeah, that's the fast cooking campfire. And the next one is the cheap cooking campfire. So if I put some meat in here, you can see it doesn't require coal, and it will just cook it automatically, but it will be about 5 times slower than normal smelting. So bear that in mind. It's going to take a long time to cook meat, although it does kind of make up for this because it has 2 slots instead of just 1, so it cooks 2 items at once instead of normal furnaces 1 item at once. So it ends up being about a net 2.5 slower in speed or something like that, so yeah, bear that in mind. But finally we've got the most overpowered one, and it's really awesome, and it's just overall the best campfire ever, really, because if I get a stack of food here and right click on the campfire with it, it cooks it all automatically, and you can see I've got 64 stack of steak instantly. I can do it with this, and there you go, we've got the 64 stack of steak. So yeah, that sums up all the features of the campfires. So there's a lot of cool ones here with cool ideas, and they all have different crafting recipes, which you'll have seen because I've put them in the top corner up there. But anyway, now I'm going to show you how you can actually change the colour of the campfires. So if I just load this again, if I've got like pink dye in my hand here, I can right click on the campfire with the dye and I can change the colour of the flame. So you can see it was yellow, and now because I've clicked on it with the dye, it's become purple. And I can do it with this one and it'll change to green as well. Although using this method won't actually change the type of campfire it is, so if you make a blue one, it's not going to suddenly become the fast cooking campfire. It just has a blue flame and it's still the original campfire kind of thing. So yeah, that's all the features of the campfire. It's really useful and I didn't expect them to have so many features. I thought they were just going to be all aesthetic or something like that, but yeah. So there's also a new food item in the mod called marshmallows, as you probably all know about in real life. So yeah, I'm sure everyone's had a marshmallow once in their life or something like that. But you can craft them in this mod, and this is the crafting recipe here. So you need 6 sugar, a water bottle, an egg and a bowl. And you do get your bowl back, so don't worry about that. I suppose the bowl's just to make it all in, which is very useful because I don't see a lot of crafting recipes that actually take into account that you're going to need something to prepare the food in. But anyway, so every time you use this crafting recipe, you're going to get 4 marshmallows, and then you can actually add the marshmallow to a stick. And then once you've got the marshmallow on the stick, you can right click on any of these campfires, and it will make you a cooked marshmallow, and then you can eat that, and it restores about 1 hunger, I think, or something like that. So yeah, that's a cool little new food item if you want to get really into the camping experience and eat cooked marshmallows or something like that. So yeah, now onto the tents, which are really awesome. So before you can craft the tent, you're going to need to craft some other items. So you're going to need to craft some tent pegs and some canvas. So to craft the tent pegs, you need an iron ingot and the camper's tool. And to craft the canvas, you're going to need 6 pieces of string and a camper's tool. And you get 4 tent pegs for each time you craft this recipe, and 12 canvas for each time you craft this recipe. And then once you've got all this, you can craft yourself a tent in this manner. And once you've got the tent, you can just place it down by right clicking on a block. And there you have a tent, and it aligns automatically to north, or whichever direction that is. I don't actually know, but anyway. So the other cool features about these tents is that you can actually convert them and change them into different types of tent. So here we've got a sleeping bag, which is crafted using 3 wool. And if I right click on this tent with a sleeping bag, you can see it places down the sleeping bag inside of it. And I can actually sleep in this at night instead of using a bed. So if you want to sleep in a tent at night and have a change of scenery, that is a brilliant thing to use, and it gives you like the real outdoor experience. And the next thing is, if you right click on a tent with a chest, you double your storage space effectively because it turns the tent into a storage tent. And if you right click on this tent now, you can see I've got a massive chest space, which is much bigger than a single chest would normally give you. So just as a comparison, why is that just randomly I don't understand, but anyway. So yeah, it's a lot bigger than a normal chest, and there you go. So good way of storing loads of items, I suppose. Although when you break the tent, there's going to be like a shower of items, but that happens normally with chests. So yeah, these are the different types of tent, so that's cool. And to actually get these items back from inside the tent, you can need the camper's tool. So if I just go over to 1 again, for some reason it's not working, there we go. I can right click on this, and you can see I've retrieved the sleeping bag. And if I right click on this, I'm going to get my chest back. So that's how you can actually get the items out of the tents once you've put them in there. So yeah, that's all for the tents. They're kind of cool features, and they look awesome. I mean, they'd be really good for aesthetic purposes as well as practical purposes. So the next item in this mod is the Radish, and I'm sure you'll know what radishes are. And these are what they look like in a pixelated form. And you can get the radish seeds by just destroying tall grass like you would get normal seeds. And the radishes will actually grow on grass. You don't actually need to place them on hoed ground or anything like that. And you can see here I've already placed one down. And if I just right click on the grass with a radish seed, you can place it down like that. And these will actually grow really fast. You can see that one's already started to grow already. And these have 6 different or 7 different stages of growth, I think. And once they've grown, I think it only takes about 5 minutes or something. You can harvest them and it will give you 1 radish per seed. So it's a really fast way of growing food to eat. And you don't actually need to be anywhere near water, so this is kind of misleading. And you can just place it on grass and they'll grow, and it'd be a really good way of getting radishes, so yeah. And you can eat these, and I think they restore like 2 health or something, I'm not so sure, you'll have to check that yourself. So last but not least, we have the camping bags, and there's 3 different sizes of camping bag, small, medium and large. And you can see they also all have different coloured names at the bottom above your inventory. So to craft the small camping bag, which has 9 inventory slots, as you can see here, you can just access it by right clicking. You're going to need 8 canvas surrounded in the crafting grid like that. And then to craft the normal camping bag, which has 18 inventory slots, I think, you're going to need to surround the small camping bag with canvas, and then you can craft yourself a normal camping bag. And when you right click on this, you can see it has 18 inventory slots, like that. And finally, we've got the large camping bag, which is crafted by putting a normal camping bag surrounded by canvas. And then you can open this, and it's got the same amount of storage as a chest, so 27 item slots. So yeah, that's all the features for this mod. So thank you for watching. This has been the camping mod, and I'll see you next mod video. And I definitely suggest that you go and check this mod out, because it's got really cool and interesting features which I haven't really seen before in any mods. And look, it's the sunset. How nice to end a video on. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next video.